Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game Who Won the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email match against Xargun, his allied commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on game version 26B and we don't use any mods or changings, so all very standard stock game. This is now the 17th March and you can see that one base flipped to the allies. For some reason to the British, not to the Dutch, don't ask me why. And I get also one base, yeah. I sweeping some mines in Auckland and I find here this, I don't know, maybe this is a small, the same little cargo ship I missed last turn. At least today I can sink it. But it was empty, so it doesn't matter. And there's a second light cargo ship, and we have here a surface engagement. This guy is also maybe going down. Yeah, light cargo ships, I think one cargo torpedo is always a kill. So two small cargo ships going down. And one allied submarine is here in the shallow water of Port Auckland. Unluckily, I cannot find the tick. More sweeping of mines. I hope there are not too many. And there's this smaller cargo ship at Perth. With sinking sound. And the other small cargo ship at somewhere in the East Coast area. Yeah. And there was at least something on that ship. And this is the same convoy, maybe? Or I think so. But also only a small ship. But we have here now surface engagement. And this is normally only possible if you don't have escort. So I don't know, this must be a ship without escort. Is it a convoy? I don't know. Near San Francisco. Okay. Maybe it was only a super mini base force and Xargun say, doesn't matter, maybe he don't have escort or he don't need escort, I don't know. Or the value was so small that it doesn't matter. The allies have unlimited resources, so they can throw away everything if they want. Some sweeping. I try to slow down the allies. I also bombard this Chinese in the open clear terrain. And I try to slow down this one unit. More airstrikes against the airport. More hits and supply hits. So even if I maybe cannot achieve a fast victory in Vendoring, but I can dry out the supplies and my army has also a much easier time. And the chance to capture enemy supplies is always low. I had this often that you capture the base and even if the industry is not destroyed, the resources or supplies or whatever is often like 50% lost or more than 50%. So if I win 10,000 supplies and rush this now, I think this makes no sense. Good. This looks well fine. And some strikes against the Dutch. So my patrol boat at Townsville get detected. That Xargun is running Navy search, I would say is normal. The question is how aggressive he's running with his torpedo bombers. If he maybe only uses dive bombers, or if I don't come closer than 5 or 6 access to the big bases and there's no airstrike coming. This is kind of information I try to find out, so maybe it will help me in the future for some operations. And the last dot base in New Caledonian. More bombardments. And I attack here, I think, only with my tank. And yeah, the defender is disrupted, no preparation, fatigue, morale, but for some reason they don't give up. Okay. And this is my next attempt, I think, to take Bendwing, the second battle of Bendwing. I destroy the fort, but I still cannot achieve 1-to-1 kill ratio, and I still take out some Dutch units, okay, but I lose some equipment, more is disabled, and I take the fort down, but I don't see enemies low on supplies, so I maybe must bombard a little longer. And Singkawang I can take. When you use this base early on for an air base so that you control the shipping between Singapore, Bali, Bapan and Batavia, Java, I more or less ignore it this time. Okay, they're all running. And today both New Zealand guys are defeated or surrendering. So the wave is now free to Auckland. So Soabai is also airfield of 8, so I get the double AV bonus next turn. It was 1 day later. So a little success for my submarine fleet, and my air losses are very light, only 1 ops losses, so means no pilot dead. But I still have no ace. We have nearly no air battles. We only bombard each other, but we don't really have a fighter. Dog fights and all of this. I think these are all the ships I sunk, and they are all related to Japanese torpedoes today. 2 San Francisco, 2 Colombo, and 1 at Perth, yeah. But all are very small and not really important at all. Even this kind of ships, they have range but nothing more, no speed and no capacity. So I don't know what really went down with these guys. I would only be happy if I can sink ships with airplanes. That is the most important cargo value, maybe in tanks. No, nothing else to see here. In China, the Chinese arriving here, I wasn't able to kick them out, so I also had no battle here because the last 2 units also arrived in this hex, so I wasn't fast enough to catch them, but it's hard with infantry to catch infantry. But I will walk now with infantry to this hex, and then latest if this infantry regiment, mixed brigade arrive, I think they can defeat the Chinese. At the same time I have My tanks, these are only Tanketten, so they're not really tanks or the lightest tanks, so machine gun tanks. They can maybe play with this Chinese a little around. Yeah, the Chinese are coming now down and we're closing the hex side, but I cannot even get already these supplies in because they already control this hex, so not really changing too much. I will here now simply go down. My supplies will go down over time, but I think the supply requested, you can see, is the supply consumption per month. I think calculated of 30 days. Or it's per year. I don't know even more. So this means if I don't attack or if I'm not in a battle, this number will go only very slow down. If you must bombardment, fighting, then you consume a lot of supplies. But inactive, you can hold this for a long time before you get really trouble and issues. So I arrive in this hex, so tomorrow I have here in the next battle, looks like Xargun is not retreating, let them, because these guys are so defeated, he want maybe that I kill him and can get them for free back in Xargun in some days. My main body is also walking northeast and I think these guys are also retreating. These are maybe the last 3 guys. So the guys from this hex walk to this hex and then, so he retreated out of this base for sure. I try to catch this guys running away. There's also a unit here northwest I must catch. I have here 1 division running. Yeah, so far everything is here normal and fine. Burma is no activity. I always make some recon. Sometimes I get, I had here some days. I see in Calcutta still 100 fighters roughly. So Calcutta, he maybe wait that I sweep this base, but not today. A lot of transport airplanes here, of course, and some smaller bombers. So I don't really see a lot of strike aircraft. All these bases are fighters. Here I need more new pictures. And this is his Corvette. I was not still able to really engage these guys. I have dive bombers nearby. They're arriving, I think, last turn. Not more sure. I think I will for anti-submarine patrol and maybe also for. They can only have a range of 6 for dive attack. So if this ship is coming in range of 6, I can maybe get a navy strike on them. Bandering, where second battle was okay, but no real victory for me, so I will. The problem is that I'm running out of supplies on Java. I don't have enough supplies, so Surabaya is low on supplies. Batavia is low on supplies. My armies here are low on supplies, so I need to get supplies to Java before I really do any additional strikes here. Yeah, the Dutch take the base and they are now British. Again. I catch up with these Australian forces. I don't know how many will stay in the hex, or I can maybe defeat all 3 of them. We will see. Not too much activity at New Zealand, Australia. This is open. I make here only 1 mistake. I changed this to strategic move because I was thinking, okay, I can rail this guy now to Auckland. But if you try this, you get the problem that, no, you cannot. And I was thinking, where's the problem? Then I realized, oh no, the rail is not finished construction. There is still 1 hex missing. Oh, okay, so I must send my ships here. Okay, so I cannot rail these guys. I must load them with ships and then transport. And now this happened like what I said last turn. I am in this hex, I am in this hex, I'm in this hex, and in this hex, but I have no one to guard Hamilton, and there's 1 New Zealand guy coming out of somewhere. Then the base will switch back to New Zealand control. Then I must fight for Hamilton again. I can only hope that the industry will not blow up the second time I take the city. Good, but not really too much more. What I can say is now the carriers, end of the month, I will get more or less nearly both carriers, because this is double speed, so 20 days maybe for Helio. So early of April I have 2 more fleet carriers, but they are both the smallest fleet carrier size, so both together are like one American fleet carrier. A little stronger, but not much more. And some destroyer will be finished soon. This all needs a long time. I don't build any submarines, they're all on hold. The industry is now, like last time, Loyang, there's enemy troops, and Hamilton also cannot produce resources because it's a basic resources. So I miss now here that 1,200 tons resources. No, 20 resources per center. So 2,400 resources is per day, the production. Okay. Here you can also see again what is the size and what is the production per day. So you can see one manpower is 5 and 38 resources are 760 resources. I mean the center is producing this. So this is what I always miss per day now. But more important is that over 300, over 400 pool points, now 500, so bonus now for the Helen, and of course still bonus for the zeros. This means again the zeros, they can make 24% per day, and today was the first day, or maybe tomorrow will be the first day I can make not only 6%, I make now 12% R&D for Helen. So this is all fine and working smoothly. I don't really count too much if I get every day a point or not, because it doesn't matter. If I have 30, then I have 30. If I don't have 30, then I don't get AMD. And sometimes you can be maybe lucky and get 28 points in a row, and then for the last 2 you wait 4 months. It's possible. So I don't really check here. I only check if there is a factory coming close to 30 to keep an eye on it. And I know now that the H8 Emily, this factory is more or less the next who will switch. So roughly speaking, because this is up to August 42, so I would say every 2 days, every 3 days I can make a hit here. So end of the month I would say maybe one factory is finished. The problem is only the Emily is based on the H32 engine. So again, like I said, here I can only produce roughly 5 to 6 engines per day additionally to the pool. So I increase 6 engines per day pool points. So I will maybe reach end of the month and early months. So maybe I will reach the pool points of 400, and at the same time the factory is ready for ND. So I will have some time not a ND bonus and the ND tool request engine support already. So anything else? Situation in Tokyo is stable. Now really stable. I would say now everything is smoothly. I can really overproduce now supplies. So you can see 3 times, so 33, let's say 35,000 is the basic request of the base. So I have nearly 15,000 additional supplies I could ship out now. And I really need supplies because in Nomaya I don't have 20,000. And this is the basic goal. 20,000 in every main base is the minimum you need. You want to have an airfield and a lot of air power, you need at least 20,000. So I need 10,000 normally for Auckland, I need 10,000 for Nomaya. I normally need 5,000 here. and many thousands tons more for Tulagi, Luganville, Port Moresby, even Rabaul is out of supplies more or less. All of these bases are low. So I need normally to ship out 50,000 supplies to Southeast Pacific, and yeah, this must come from Japan. Java, I can feed from Tarakan, Balikpapan, Palembang. This base is producing supplies. They can feed Java, and they can also feed Singapore. So I don't need any supplies shipping to this area. Dutch East Indies can be independent. But South Pacific will consume a lot of supplies. Of course, the benefit of taking New Zealand is that the supplies I need for this base, I would say, once I take all of this, I can produce here 100, 200, 300 supplies per day, I think. I'm not sure if this is enough, but it's at least basic production to help me maintain this island. Good, see you next time. Take care, bye bye.